things like this, instead of going back to ASA, just getting real world experience on actual boats. And the problem with this boat is that it's going to spoil me. It's almost brand new. It got really complex systems in terms of its rigging, in-mast furling main, everything comes back to the cockpit, which is super nice, but it's just really different than what I'm used to. I'm sort of right off the bat being forced to learn some fairly complex sailing systems. The thing is, once those complex systems are set, there really isn't much to do. You could go make a sandwich. So we are in Newport, Rhode Island. We are heading further south today, and we are surrounded by million-dollar boats, and it's a cute little town with bars and restaurants, and everything is super expensive. And the biggest thing that I'm experiencing is that these are not my people. There's nothing wrong with these people, but I don't really dig marinas, and we're on a mooring now. We're not actually in the marina, but my goal is to sail someplace and drop an anchor and not be surrounded by 200 $500,000 boats like we are here. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but that's just not what I want to be doing in a boat. We continue sailing. We're not south anymore. We're going to start sailing west towards Long Island, stopping on Block Island, and then moving on. I've got three more days. Today's a short sail, only about 3 hours, and then 2 long days to get me to Port Jefferson to get off the boat and head home. We don't have a whole lot of wind today, or tomorrow, I think. So I think we're going to be motoring a lot these next 2 days. So we have 4 knots of wind, and it's right on our nose, and not far to go, so we're motoring to our next destination. Yeah, we're motoring. I don't like motoring. I took some time later that day to do some old school paper navigation and just stick my head in every hole, every hatch cover, and every system on the boat, just to get more experience with something like this. This is actually pretty cool. This is the very back of my cabin. I noticed there was an access hatch, and I can see a lot of the plumbing, for lack of a better word. This right here is a sink and a drain. Up there is the shore power. Above my head is air conditioning. Behind the camera are 5 through hulls that vent out the back of the boat. Super cool, a ridiculous amount of space back here. I don't know what I would put back here, but I use these compartments for smuggling. I never thought I'd be smuggling myself. Last day of sailing, long way to go. We're starting at about 6 a.m. The sun came up about 30 minutes ago. Really beautiful out. Should be a nice day if we have some wind. Okay, so this is really my least favorite aspect of this boat. It seems like a little thing. I thought I wasn't gonna like the roller furling mainsail, which is a little complex, but I understand how it works, and I like the adjustability of it. But what I don't like is this self-tacking jib. I can't move it, it's got too much pressure on it. But the way that this is designed to work is that when you tack the boat, instead of having two jib sheets come off, one going left and one going right, you've got one jib sheet sitting on this car, and as the boat changes direction, this car will just slide over to the other side of the boat. But I was trying to sail downwind and couldn't really secure it the way I would with a traditional jib sheet, because the jib sheet goes up the mast, back down the mast, and then back to the cockpit. So that may be something that I'm not understanding as something new to me, but I just felt like I can't adjust it quite as much. Make the car move back and forth. Okay, so now that was half a tack. Oh, that's scary. That was half a tack. And you can see that just the whole car moves, and so that you don't have to adjust anything. You just repoint the boat, and the whole thing slides to the other side. But with it's probably my lack of experience with it, I feel like I can't adjust it quite as well. I can't tension it as well. Super interesting piece of gear, but I just feel like I don't have a handle for it. Okay, so that's it. This is Port Jefferson. Actually, the marina that I grew up in, my dad's boat was here when I was in middle school and high school, so I have literally come home. But tomorrow morning I'm going to get off the boat. The boat's going to sit here for a couple days, and then it's going to go to its home, which is a few towns over, and I'm going to head home. So, great trip, learned a ton. Have a ton more still to learn, but had a great trip. See you outside. Okay, so last night I said goodnight. I thought I was done. Get on the tender, go ashore, right? But now it's blowing at 25, gusting to 35. I only have to go that far, but it's going to be interesting. Sorry, that's all right. It's possible. That wasn't too bad. Okay, now we're done. That was fun. Now I just have to find a car. I need to find road access from the beach. It should be around here. Okay, I think that concludes our trip. I found the road. Hopefully this is the last installment in the getting the hell out of here.